All right. Good morning. I'm absolutely obsessed with these leeks. I am making breakfast right now. I'm going to have scrambled eggs with sautéed mushrooms and sautéed leeks, some sausage links, and yeah. So I was kind of worried a little while back because, well, I guess I haven't really harvested leeks in a while because I remember one time when I was out mushroom hunting and I knew about them, and so I pulled one out of the ground and I cleaned it off the best I could and ate it raw, which you can do apparently. And um, yeah, later that night I had a pretty bad case of the blat splats. So I thought right away, all right, these things don't agree with me. So I haven't dealt with them in years. Well, I thought, well, I'll try them again. But this time I cooked them, like last night I showed you with the steaks. And I cooked them and they were absolutely phenomenal. So I'm trying something a little different this morning. I like cooking out of cast iron just because it gives so much better flavor and everything out of a seasoned cast iron pan. So I'm sauteing the mushrooms and my, see if I can prop you up here. So I'm taking the mushrooms and my leeks. These we put in the freezer last night. We got a couple bags in the freezer upstairs here in the fridge, and then there's two big freezer bags down in the basement. So I'm sauteing these in the cast iron pan with straight up butter, and I'm gonna see what that does for the flavor profile. But holy crap, you crack this bag open and it'll knock you over. So the thing that's the onion smell. So the thing that's so cool about these is the smell is really strong. So you're thinking you're going to be getting like a really strong onion. And then when you cook them, they're like really mild. I mean, you can barely taste the onion, and it's mixed with the garlic. And then I noticed even like a smoky flavor. And I didn't add any liquid smoke. I didn't do anything with it to give it a smoke flavor, but it had like a smoke flavor. So that's absolutely phenomenal. I'm really liking that. So basically got two frying pans going here. I'm going to do the eggs and the sausages in this one, and then I'm going to do all the leeks and the mushrooms in here. Haven't decided yet if I'm going to mix the eggs in with these or not. I might not. I don't know. We'll see what happens in my thought process within 5 minutes. So, but anyway, so I turn you a little bit like that. Try to see what we got going on here. Lost one. 5-second rule. Except you got to make sure you got all the cat hair off, because that'll bother you. Like 5 minutes later, you'll be like, ah, cat hair. Good stuff. Hopefully my cleaning lady's doing a good job on the floors. So, we got the mushrooms going. Oh, that's so good. Straight up butter, all right? A little bit of garlic salt. Bust these sausages up. I was watching my fishing shows this morning, and one of the shows I like to watch is John Gillespie's Waters and Woods, and see what the Screamers got on the show, So he was, one of his sponsors is Johnsonville, so they've come out with a new product. I guess it's like a sausage bacon. So basically a sausage stick that's sliced really thin, so it turns out to be like a bacon strip. And it comes in several different flavors, you know, so kind of anxious to try that. I think that'd be pretty good. So I'll mix up some eggs here. Basically, I just put them in a bowl, and I like to mix them up loose. I don't whip them until they're all a solid yellow consistency. I like to just toss them a little bit and then call it good, you know. So the wife usually likes 2 eggs and I like 4, so there we go, 6 eggs. And of course, never fails, as soon as the stove starts going, Garfield's got to come into the room, sit here under my feet, bother me, walk around, trip me up. Literally, the cat's like a dog. I mean, as soon as we got food and we're ready to eat, that cat is like under our feet, sitting there begging. It's crazy. She's an awesome cat, but she is a true Garfield. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to mix the leeks in with the onions or with the mushrooms. I'm going to keep everything separate. Alright, what's my plan here? Let's see. Alright, another bowl. My dishwasher's currently broken. And yeah, I'm an appliance repair tech, so that's one of my jobs today is to fix my own dishwasher. Because the wife's getting a little frustrated with having to do them by hand. Although she did them by hand for 40 years and had no problems until I got her a dishwasher, and now she's spoiled and lazy. So. Alright, that's good enough on the mushrooms. Again, man, I think in one of my other videos I was talking about flavor profiles in food. I've got some cooking training. When I was in the service, I was a cook, so I know a little bit about this stuff. And so flavor profiles will change. I think I was mentioning it when I was talking about Brussels sprouts. So mushrooms are the same way. If you cook them too long, the whole flavor profile changes, and then they get kind of a sour taste. So I try not to saute them until they're crispy or anything like that, because they just they get nasty in my opinion. So here we got a bag of frozen leeks, fresh picked yesterday. I'll tell you what, you know what I think I might do? I might go out and get more. I mean, you saw that patch on the video of that's just one section in the woods. And I found many more areas. I found one hillside that's just totally covered, like a lawn. So there is no problem with decimating the population. I have an abundance of this stuff, and yeah, I'm making them all. So I'm gonna go back out, and I'm gonna load up, and I've got a big chest freezer down, or upright freezer downstairs. I'm gonna load that thing up so that I have a winter supply for this winter. So that may look like I put a lot of leeks in there, and there's a lot in here, but they cook down, you know, so. So I think next weekend's a holiday weekend. There's gonna be a lot of people out in the woods where I go, four-wheeling and camping and whatnot, so it's gonna be a challenge to kind of stay secret and covert. But I'm gonna not only be looking for morel mushrooms, but I'm gonna load up another big bunch of these leeks and stock the freezer up with them, because I'm now obsessed. So back to the story, I was talking about how I ate one raw in the woods, and then I got sick, so that was the end of it for me. I thought, well, those don't agree with me, right? Well, I had no problems last night. I didn't eat very many, just in case, you know. But I had no problems last night at all with an upset stomach, or this morning, or anything. So I think I think the problem was that I actually ate, I ate it raw, and who knows? I mean, there's something a lot of people don't think about, is that with any kind of wild edible plant, you don't know what that plant has been exposed to. I mean, you think, okay, it's in the woods, it hasn't been sprayed with herbicides or anything like pesticides or anything like that, so it's about as fresh as it's going to get. Okay, so what if a deer walks by and tinkles all over that plant? Now you're eating pissy leeks, or a bear, or who knows, some kind of critter comes by and walks through the plants, and it has E. coli on its feet or something. You don't know. So it's probably a good idea to try to find a way to sanitize your, if you're going to eat it raw, figure out a way to sanitize it before you eat it, some sort of antibacterial wash or something that you can run it through, or cook it, so that's what I'm doing here. Oh, look at that. Dang. So I think when these are all cooked down and they're ready to go, at the last minute I'll add the mushrooms, because they're now sitting in a bowl and they're going to get cold. We'll put in just a dash of garlic salt, not a lot. Oh, that smells so good. Garfield, get out of here. Mushrooms. Look at that. cornfield. Now the wife's coming to get the cat because the cat's under my feet.
Stop kicking her.
I'm supposed to stop kicking the cat. I'm not kicking the cat. I'm actually pushing the cat
I saw you.
convincingly with my foot.
I saw you.
There is no impact. There is no harming of animals in any way, shape, or form. It's just a convincing nudge to get the cat out from under my feet. So, the great PETA activist, you know, the great PETA activist has come and rescued the cat and finally got it out from under my feet. So, yay! All right. So I'm making the eggs in the pan that I made the sausage in. And I'm using the sausage butter juice to mix in with the eggs. That should be pretty good. But I actually might... Alright, what do you think I should do? Should I pour the eggs into the leeks and mix it all together? Yes. We now have a leek egg mushroom skillet. Oh my god. Look at this. Wow. So the trick is going to be to get these eggs to the right consistency. The nice thing about cast iron is it retains its heat really well, so you can actually shut the heat off and you don't run the risk of overdoing it, and just let the heat from the pan finish the job. Neither her nor I like our eggs brown or anything like that. We like it kind of al dente. And so just a wee bit runny. Just like that. Perfect. Pull it. Except I gotta put a little salt. She likes pepper. Everything's gotta have pepper. So, I think that's pepper. Yeah. Whoa! I swear she'd put pepper on cereal. Same with ketchup. Not my thing. So... plate it up. I think I'm going to do a Emerald Lagasse, and I'm going to kick it up a notch. Oh, working spiders. Cheese. Ches. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Put the ches on there while it's hot. The way it melts. Yeah. Let it sit for a bit so that cheese melts on the hot eggs. Meanwhile, that's yours. Dig in. So I'll be good enough for supper until supper time. There's a couple of pounds of eggs there and a bunch of sausage, so woot, here goes nothing.